we're streaming live. Just do well to join us. Then the studio line is always open, but then you can't call in now. Later, you will be able to do so. But then let me just read out the number 0700 903 903 903. All right? That's simple enough. 0700 903 903 903. Then WhatsApp 0700 903 9039. Okay? Again, 0700 903 9039. That's that WhatsApp. Okay? So let's do this beautiful one together again this afternoon. What are we looking at? Well, a couple of stories here that I would want us to touch on one after the other. Okay. Let me carry you along, right? Let me tell you what will be happening this afternoon. Yeah, he is. Thank God he is the former commissioner of police. I would want to find out some things about the Seun Kuti issue, with the police. Right now we're being told that he's been starved, by the Nigerian police, and the police has also denied him access, or denied his wife access to see, her husband, and a whole lot. And we want to find out if that's really how it should be, And alongside some of these stories, we'll touch on that, and then we'll also touch on Tinubu's inauguration issues. Military, the IG is warning troublemakers, as court hears anti-handover case. And there we'll also touch on briefly now INEC and of course the EFCC and others, all right, coming together to discuss corruption in the 2023 elections. And some are saying it's like medicine after death. What are we talking about? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out, okay? Nigeria, the federal government is saying that Nigeria Air will fly before May the 29th. He shock you. Well, ticket you be okay. Then the US is to slam visa ban on Nigerians, undermining democracy. All of these stories, and especially this big one for me, is where I would start from, of course. Agbakoba has said something. He has said that. Okay, let me bring it out this way. A former president of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA), Dr. Olisa Agbakoba, on Tuesday, that is today, said that there is no constitutional process that can delay the inauguration of the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After being declared as winner of the February the 25th presidential election by the INEC, Tinubu is facing different lawsuits from fellow contestants challenging his victory. But the basic thing here for some persons is the fact that this man is saying that there is no constitutional process. No one at all in our country that can stop Tinubu from being inaugurated. No one at all. I recall some, persons in Abuja have also said, three occupants, Nigerians who live in Abuja, three of them have come out to say, hey, they've gone to court also to say Tinubu shouldn't be sworn in because he didn't have the 25% in that same Abuja, and so they are not saying no, he shouldn't be sworn in. But the basic thing is Agbakoba's statement is really present to some persons. CP is really, really present. Is not going down well with some people, and so we want to understand, what you have to say about this statement. Is there really no constitutional process that can halt this inauguration? Talk to us, TV.
Well, you can see that Olisa Agbakoba has reinforced or restated what I had said earlier on in this studio, in this program. I told you that so long as he has been given his certificate of return and has been declared as the president-elect, even if the case is in court, it will not stop him from being sworn in. There's no provision in the Constitution or Electoral Act or other laws that can stop him from being sworn in. Except I gave a proviso that the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal gives a judgment that he did not win the election. Then that means INEC should withdraw the certificate of return from him. And then whoever the decision of the election tribunal would have given, they will now issue that person the certificate of return for the person to be sworn in. But then there is another caveat to it.
All right.
He cannot fold his hand, even if you get the judgment in your favor, and say, well, let the sleeping dog lie. Obviously, he will go on appeal. And if he goes on appeal, that means the status quo remains. Appeal cannot be determined within a few days after the decision of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Even though they've gone based on an understanding between the two sides, the two legal teams, just to go and remove technicalities that can encumber or delay the process. And according to Femi Falana, SAN, that within 12 days, judgment can be delivered. Even at that, if you get that 12 days.
Within 12 days?
Yes. If you get the judgment within the 12 days, the president-elect has also 21 days window to do his appeal. So as soon as you're delivering, his team can decide that, look, we don't accept this judgment. They go on appeal. So while the appeal is pending, you cannot stop swearing in. That's exactly the meaning of what Olisa Agbakoba has said. And that's exactly what I've said in past one or two interviews. So the past president of the MBA, Olisa Agbakoba, Dr. SAN, has told you the facts. And nothing, there is no sentiments about that.
So nothing at all?
Nothing.
Now, let me take it from this angle.
Go ahead.
I earlier mentioned that a suit demanding an order to discontinue the swearing in of the president-elect Bola Tinubu on May the 29th has been filed at the Federal High Court, Abuja. Instituted by 5 residents of the Federal Capital Territory. Yeah? Well, the suit urged the court to stop the Chief Justice of Nigeria. You know, you earlier said no constitution. Nothing can stop him. So I want to come out from this angle and ask, you know, a question, a normal question, right?
Yes.
I just want to get clarification, deep one. Now, urged the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, any other judicial officer, and or any other authority or person from swearing in any candidate in the February the 25th presidential election as president or vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It added that this should remain until it is judicially determined with finality or in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution that such candidate has fulfilled the requirements of Section 1342B of the Constitution. Now, the suit reads in part, CP, let me just break it down a little.
Yes.
A declaration that no state of the country is at the same time the FCT for any purpose whatsoever, including in particular under Section 1342B of the Constitution. A declaration that no candidate in the February the 25th presidential election in the country may validly be declared elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria without that candidate obtaining at least 25% of the votes cast in the FCT Abuja. A declaration that no candidate in the February the 25th presidential election may validly be sworn in as President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria without such candidate having obtained 25% of the votes cast in FCT Abuja, and it went on and on and on. Now, this is, we're talking about five, what do we call them now? 5 persons coming out to say that Ariwola should be stopped from swearing in, Tinubu. Then, Agbakoba and yourself are saying that there is nothing that can stop Tinubu's inauguration. But then we are seeing here 5 persons going to meet the Federal High Court and saying that the Chief Justice shouldn't swear in Tinubu. What say you?
Well, let's take it up from that point.
Okay.
2 things are likely to come out of it. 1, assuming the 5 litigants get a judgment in their favor, stopping the inauguration for 29th. There's still window, 21 days, to appeal against it.
Can you say that again?
I said there are 2 windows to it.
Okay.
1, let us take it that they get the judgment in their favor. The second wing of it.
Who now?
The litigants.
Okay.
The 5.
Okay.
Gets a judgment in their favor.
Okay.
That the inauguration should not be allowed. The defendant also have 21 days window to appeal against it. So as the way the presidential election petition tribunal is running, that one is also running. Who told you that the man does not have rights as a defendant to go and appeal on both of them? Even if he loses on the 2, he can still go and appeal. And that appeal will run beyond 29th of May. And you cannot have a vacuum. There is nothing like a provision for interim national government in the Constitution. We're not running a military regime where you can come up, concoct anything and use it to put another illegitimate government, on the nation. We are doing democracy. So we have to follow the rule of law and the due process. So what I've been laying out or laying down is the due process and then followed by the rule of law. I hope I've answered you. Or is there any other angle you're coming from?
No, I just needed some level of
clarification
to these things.
Yeah.
Because
that's the analysis I've just given you. So on both cases, he has the right to challenge the outcome. If it favors him, he will go and pop more champagne. If it is against him, his team of lawyers will move on and go and file. I am not telling you that that is what they are going to do, but I know that is the likely thing they will do to still actualize that 29th of May and the swearing in.
I asked this question somewhere, I will ask this same question again. Is there any way, is it possible, for instance, for 29th to be delayed or the swearing in, for instance? I don't know. I'm asking this question because of those who are not really happy.
Those who are agitated.
Who are agitated.
Yes.
Who are not really happy with how
But
the
they
election
have to,
played out.
They have to be lawful about it by going through the courts as it is now, following the due process. They're in court. Whatever is the outcome of the court, then they'll know what next to do.
If there are agitations like this
yes,
from every corner,
yes,
is it possible for the court to ask the president to remain while all of these litigations are put to a hold, or while we wrap up court cases and all of that?
Whatever it is will come through the decision of those 2 pending cases. They can't go outside that. The judiciary cannot just come out and make a pronouncement. What is their interest? They have no special interest. It is what is before the courts that they will follow. And whatever decision they give, if all the parties are comfortable with that, so be it. Either of the parties are free to go further until they get to the apex court, which is the Supreme Court. And nothing says, either in the Constitution or any other law that is there, that because the thing is in court, you stop swearing in. You know, I've given you instances here in the past elections. I told you from even 79, when Shehu Shagare won. He was sworn in, yet Awolowo with Zik, they were in court pursuing the 12 to 3rd majority, you know, of the votes in the then 19 states. I told you. It didn't stop 1st October 1979 swearing in. And at the end of the day, the thing still favored Shehu Shagari up to Supreme Court. And I told you that the determining factor then was Kanu. Where Aminu Kanu of the People's Redemption Party, PRP, was holding sway and holding fort. So Awolowo was arguing that he didn't get 25% in that Kanu. But he got the 2/3 in that place, because what the law required him then was to get 2/3 of 25% on the 13th state, which was like 19%. But they scaled it. MPN with Shagari got around 21 point something percent. So they said that the FEDECO then, headed by Michael Ani, was perfectly in order to have, given Shagari the mandate. So that scenario of 1979 also played out in 2003 when Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, won this present president, Muhammadu Buhari, with joint ticket with Chuboka Bolate, the senator.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
They went on tribunal. That did not stop the swearing in of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. And they went up to the Supreme Court and lost. And ever since after that, 2007, the same against Yaradua, they got to Supreme Court and lost. 2011, they also went to Supreme Court, got to Supreme Court. They still lost. While the Goodluck Jonathan was already there as the commander-in-chief and the president of Nigeria. It was only 2015 where the APC won by a landslide victory and the PDP conceded. That was when they didn't go to court, then talk of even going to Supreme Court. 19, we saw it. It happened. It didn't stop the swearing in. So even if you get the judgment at the tribunal before the swearing in, who tells you that the party will just fold their hands and say, okay, carry the judgment and go and return the certificate of return? It's not possible now. They'll go on appeal, and that appeal will stop you from interfering with the inauguration. And yes.
Let me ask you, in all sincerity,
yes,
why do you think some persons are really, will I say, scared or agitating or saying no to the swearing in of the president-elect?
Well, everybody has his own reason. I think they are doing that because they feel, or they felt rather, that the results that were declared by INEC happens to be incongruent with the real results based on facts and figures they have. But all those things needs to be proven at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal or any other tribunal set at state levels for the governorship and the National Assembly. So if you feel aggrieved and you have your evidence, documentary evidence, that can convince the tribunal, then you go ahead through the legal process till the tribunal gives you judgment, whether it favors you or otherwise. Then if they give you the judgment and you feel you're not comfortable with that or you're not satisfied, nobody stops you from going on appeal. You can go and appeal that. Then if you win too, nothing stops the defendant from going for an appeal. That's a process. That's a procedure.
yeah, but
We are talking law.
yes, of course,
Yes,
yes, but
yes.
I still want you to yeah,
Clear which area now? Come up.
I want you to clarify that better.
How?
Maybe there is something we don't know
Like
why
what?
people are just
Agitating.
saying, okay, like some persons have said, okay, let the president elect just continue so that they
No,
won't.
sitting president.
No, the
Continue.
president elect. All right.
Continue.
Let him just be sworn in
Okay.
and let the process continue. Let him just continue with his government.
That
All right.
yes,
Until they wait for let's just wait for 20. I've listened to people say that.
yes.
Let's wait till 2027. All
No, no,
right.
no, 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 no.
And
That one will not arise. They will have to conclude the cases now. You don't just abandon cases unless you want to withdraw. You're free to do that. But I don't see any of the gladiators withdrawing. I'm just telling you the way it is. They will follow the whole hog till the finishing line.
it's part of what I'm saying. Do you foresee any of the gladiators
Yes.
winning this case?
I don't know. I'm not this tribunal,
For
and I don't have the. Well, I'm not in a position to ascertain who will win. It is left between the litigants and the defendants, their counsels, the facts and figures they have,
What I'm saying,
and then being determined by the judges or the justices at the Supreme Court.
what I'm saying is, in Nigeria, would you give someone a certificate of return and then take it back and
Why
say,
not?
for this, for so and so reasons, we
You
have
can
to
take it back if there is a judgment to that effect.
in this country,
Of course, it
in
will.
this country.
They've done it now on governors level. They did it in Imo and they did it in Anambra. They started with Anambra 2006 and did it in Imo 2020. So who told you that it cannot be replicated at the center? You see, the law is, they forget the way people view the law. It's neither here nor there. It depends on your facts, your verifiable facts, and the weight of your evidence. Once you're able to convince them, judgment goes in your favor. That is just the position of the matter. Except like the ones, there are very few exceptions. The one Agbakoba pointed out that happened in Borno and in Akwa Ibom, whereby Akpabio Goodswell, the former governor, and the Senate president, the present Senate Ahmed Lawan, did not even contest for Senate. The two of them went for presidential primaries and lost, only for them to come back and Supreme Court gave them judgment to proceed and fly the flag of their APC on senatorial election on that 25th of February. So you see, that one, I don't want to dabble into it because, I will leave that one. Agbakoba has already raised concerns on those two examples. He raised very serious concern, and let us hope that things will get better because of the way the pulse of the public. I think the fear of the public is let justice, take its course, let the law take its course, and let justice be given, and let it be seen to have been served. That's what the masses and the generality of the public and people in diaspora are interested in. Nobody is interested in any troublemaking or violence and all that, So that is just the position.
All right. Closely related to that is the fact that the military and the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, yesterday read the riot acts to individuals and groups opposed rather to the inauguration of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May the 29th. Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuko Guso, re-echoed the military's warning to dissident groups that any threat to the transition program and by extension to democracy in the country will be crushed. We spoke about the DSS then, what they said. Don't you think this is closely related to that same warning that the DSS gave, or that same statement by the DSS, then
This
they
this
would arrest some person.
this one is slightly different.
Tell
Um,
us.
yes, the difference is that the duty of the police as a lead internal security agency is to maintain law and order and protect lives and property. And any form of threat, maybe based on intelligence information and gathering, that would threaten the country will not be taken lightly. That's just the statement of the police through the Inspector General of Police. He's just trying to reiterate that. Then for the military too, if you look at the constitutional provision, they are there to protect the nation from external aggression, one, and internal subversion. So they too cannot fold their hands and allow anarchy to rear its head, all in the name of either swearing in or anything that will want to derail the democracy. I don't think they will align themselves with that. That's the statement of the military. In other words, they are not trying to threaten anybody. They are only trying to tell people to maintain peace and follow whatever grievances they have through the due process. In other words, whatever the courts have decided, so be it. That they will not want a situation where some people will capitalize on that and begin to wreak havoc and mayhem on innocent members of the public, or cause cataclysm that will lead to destruction of government property and threaten, foreign investors and other foreigners who are here in Nigeria doing their lawful businesses. That's the message of those two agencies. Nothing short of that.
The agencies said it was necessary as some elements, are desperate to truncate the process.
That's exactly
on May the 29th.
That's exactly what I've just said.
But this also should, I think, validate what the DSS said. When you said it's slightly different.
No, there's slight difference.
DSS said some persons are working.
But we were asking them, where are the persons now? Up till now, have they produced anybody? That was where I faulted their own now. There are still some people, they are trying to come up with interim national government. Up till now, they've not shown us one person they've arrested. So where are the people? So how did you get the information? Or you were just speculating? At this level of awareness, you don't come and tell people things you cannot substantiate. Them say, we have passed that level. Everybody now is sensitive and we are all aware. Even the illiterates, there are things you will tell them, they will not take you serious. So if you come out with any statement, substantiate it. That's why I say it's slightly different. This one, they are not accusing some people that they have identified that they are going to deal with them. So where are the people? Who are the persons? At least you tell us you saw them or you got information and you have arrested them with documents where they were having meetings and you have tapped the meeting. You have taped exactly what the plans they have that day, maybe to do this or do that. And nothing like that. So where do we go from there?
Well, again, INEC, and the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have been listed among other, penalties to discuss corruption. Panelists, I beg your pardon, to discuss corruption in Nigeria's 2023 election. The panel is put together by The Conversation Africa, which has over the last 2 years been hosting science policy dialogues that bring scientists and policymakers together to discuss the issues. Now, according to the statement made, to newsmen, other panelists include the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, Hamzat Lawal of Code 4 Africa, Dr. Damilola, Professor Emmanuel Aide. The panel is expected to address questions on the role of corruption in the just concluded general election and also note the gains and the challenges recorded. Now, what I'm trying to say is that both INEC and EFCC and others are to discuss corruption in the 2023 election, and it's not going down well with several Nigerians, saying INEC wants to discuss corruption. Like how now? When Nigerians are categorically saying, clearly saying that, hey, you guys didn't do what you ought to do. And that was what brought us to where we are now. And you want to discuss, corruption. Nemo Judes in Casasua. You can't be a what? A judge.
A judge in your own case.
What do you have to say about this, CP?
Honestly speaking, they are just doing an academic exercise.
Oh, is that what you call it?
That's what I'll call it. Because already you and I know that the level of corruption in the polity and in governance requires only God to save us. I'll just end it at that. It is terrible. It is outrageous. It is a nation where you see some people who take advantage of their connection and will continue to milk the system dry. And they are eulogized and celebrated. The value system is completely eroded. Some people will just sit down doing nothing. And you see them, they'll be smiling to the banks with billions, to the extent that some of them will own private jets. Let me give you one instance.
Okay.
Come to foreign exchange racketeering, where people through arbitrage and rent-seeking pocketed the CBN. Like it was alleged that one Esa Funtua, who happens to be a member of the cabal, now late, was one of the beneficiaries. What were they doing? They'll get dollars, maybe get $1 million, for instance, and they were getting it on a frequent basis. Official rate, for instance, will be, let's take it at 460.
Okay.
They have their windows of offloading in parallel market, or what we call black market, and will make profit of almost 300 naira or more than that per dollar. That means for doing nothing, you sit in your house on a regular basis.
Earning money.
You sell $1 million and you get 300 million naira for doing nothing. For just one transaction. I'm just giving you a tip of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. Is that not what you call money laundering or round tripping? That's what they are doing. But who will belt the cat? Have you ever had this same EFCC? Were they not aware of all those things happening? How many people did they arrest? Now they are coming to do an academic exercise with INEC. Nigerians will wish them well. We are watching. Let us see. At the end of the day, as usual, they'll come out with a paper. Then we'll see how the thing will go. The country needs total reorientation. Total, I don't want to use the word restructuring. That's why I say...
You might want to use overhauling.
Overhauling. That's why I say it's only God that can save this country. Because the honest people are always at the receiving end. They are the victims. If you come out to do things the right way, they will hate you. They'll say, look at this one. You want to spoil business for us? They'll sweep you away and get you off the track. And the percentage doing this are just infinitesimal. But because they feel they have the power, they have the resources, they can do and undo, that is exactly what has plundered you and I to see us at 77 trillion debt within the last 8 years. It's a food for thought for all Nigerians. And for the elites who well, I believe, have a say in the government to think of, because why I'm concerned is not of today. You know, the politicians think of the next election. Now they have won. They are not thinking of any other thing except how they will win again in the next 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yes. But then the statesmen think of the generation to come. Our children, our great grandchildren that will come. What are they going to meet on ground in terms of education, in terms of jobs, employment, in terms of economic growth, in terms of food security, in terms of health, and a lot of other things? That's what statesmen think of. Let me end it at that.
All right. Let me pick it up from here.
Yes.
For intimidating voters through threats and physical violence, manipulation of election results, and any other activities that run contrary to democratic tenets during the recent general election, some Nigerians have been slammed with visa restrictions by the United States of America, USA government. This was made known, yesterday by the Secretary of State Anthony Blinken in a statement posted on the website of the U.S. government. Well, whenever I see these visa ban, I look at it like it's like something politicians in Nigeria are getting used to. If I can't go to the US, I can go to any other country now. So it doesn't really hold water anymore. I mean, what do you think?
Well, whether it holds water or not, the United States government has come up with their decision and their policy, so they don't give a damn how those politicians feel, so long as they have their intelligence and facts to deny some people who were involved in electoral malpractice their visa. So be it. Are they going to challenge them in court? The answer is capital no. The U.S. Embassy world over, they have a way of doing their things. They have their policy. When they deny you, you are free to appeal.
If the Nigerian politicians dread visa ban,
Yes.
why then do they go ahead to do some of these things they do,
No, no, no.
especially during elections?
They do them because the question you ask, where are they? Do they go to that U.S.? Nobody will allow them go there, like with this ban. They won't allow them there. They'll think of other countries. Maybe they'll think of going to either Dubai or maybe to France or to UK. If UK comes out now and ban them, they'll forget UK. They may start thinking of Singapore and China. They know that you cannot ban them in all the nations of the world. They may even think of Russia to go and enjoy the Moscow, winter and all that.
Really?
Oh, yes. And that is part of going to enjoy the proceeds of the alleged loot and corruption. Yes.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Well, very, very soon I'll get to open up the studio line so you can be part of the beautiful conversation we're having here, in the studio. Well, let me let you know again that we're streaming live on YouTube. You can go then watch us live. As is at VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. Yeah, VOP 90.3 FM, and do drop a comment. Then WhatsApp 0700 903 9 0700 903 9 0700 903 9. That's the WhatsApp number. Then to call in 0700 903 9039. All right, that's the number. Before I get to open up the studio lines, a whole lot of calls coming in right now, but please, hey, take a chill pill, okay? Just relax. Let's just see if we can. Let me see if I can squeeze this in quickly. The issue of Seun Kuti.
Yes.
No, hold on. Let me open up the studio lines. I'll use this as a breaker when I come back. All right. It's time now to open up the studio lines, and so we can hear your own take, your own opinion, what you have to say. But I beg you, you know the way I like it. I like it if you do it 60 seconds. Yeah, 60 seconds. Just be very brief as you can, and of course, keep it very, very civil. So we won't have to start paying any money to some persons for
for infringement.
Okay. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Okay, let's do this right about now. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir, Mr. Presenter. And good afternoon, sir, Mr. CP.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is my third time of joining his program.
Okay. What's your name?
Yeah, and
good to have you join
like
us.
Like I said, the joining CP's program is so discouraging about the future of the country, because it's explanation about this country. If you're not careful, you become hopeless. The situation is becoming so hopeless, as if nothing is going to be done to redeem the image of the country. Well, that is one. I have a question for Mr. CP. He's been speaking so decently and so responsibly. And then my question is this. Almost every Nigerian believes that presidents are corrupt. And when they hear Mr. CP speaking like this, they begin to wonder. I too am wondering, even to the rank of CP. So my question is this: before I saw that one, is there anything he did when he was CP of police to do this better than Nigerians believe about police? Maybe redeeming the image of the police force. And then that is one. Then the other one is, he said about the litigation that is ongoing, that there's no how the inauguration can be stopped. What if there is crisis within that very period of the inauguration? Can it be stopped? Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for calling. CB will answer your question as quickly as possible. All right, sir, let's hear you.
Well, concerning the bit I did as a sitting commissioner of police, my records are very clear. For the 7 months I spent in Oyo State, I did not allow corruption. They can go and check it. Even a book was written on me by some lawyers in Oyo and launched, that in the history of Oyo and of all the commissioners of police they've had there, and from the public purse they got, that I had never demanded for bribe from anybody. And I stand to be contradicted. I never gave anybody any target like DPOs that you must bring this. If you don't bring it, I'll remove you. Maybe that was part of the reason why the sitting senior security advisor to the governor went and colluded and blackmailed me out of Oyo State. That was how I left the place. The facts are there. As time goes on, I'll make it public for Nigerians and people in diaspora to read.
You know, whenever you say these things,
No, but it happened. And I have all my facts and figures. His name is Fatai Owosheni, a retired CP in Lagos. He went and told lies to the governor, and they didn't investigate that whatever money they bring every month for the police, I will take everything and put in my pocket. They took the dummy to Abuja, and Abuja accepted that and removed me. Meanwhile, the Fatai Owosheni never gave me 1 naira. And the money meant for the DPOs, HODs, area commanders, DCs, we have paid them throughout every month. And I have the documented fact where all of them signed for their money. The amount the government house said they should be paid, they were paid. They signed for it. All these people, I have them for all the months. He didn't know that I have all those things. I was not the one paying. All the people concerned, they are living witnesses. So what more would I have done to show that I'm above board when it comes to corruption? That's why I can stand shoulder high any part of the world to tell you that I'm a person of integrity. People, I will leave people to judge me. I'm not in a position to judge myself. You know. So as far as that area is concerned, I did my bit. And all the people that served me till tomorrow celebrates me. That served under me when I was CP there. They said they've never had this type of CP.
You know, it's when it comes to this case, the way you blow hot, the heat you generate.
I know. So many Nigerians, we are still asking, how come? What type? Those who knew what happened that time, they said they didn't know that your system is so corrupt. I said, well, I will elucidate on that.
CP, just take it to you, please.
Yes.
I know if we want to go that way,
it will take the whole day, because I have a lot of order. As time goes on, I'll be releasing the bombshell.
It's okay.
Yes. So I think this one assessed the bit that I did my best. I didn't put anybody under any pressure. I didn't ask for money from anybody. I was just doing my work. And people who loved what I was doing, we are coming on their own to appreciate me. Members of the public and the business class.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Let's get back to
the second bit.
Okay. Before you go there, let's take this call first.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Jude.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. This is Tibeto from Sulere.
All right.
My brother. Yes, I just want to comment on the slap. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. It makes me, because the policeman he slapped was on a national uniform. So it makes me think that he slapped the country with his own strength. Somebody like saying, he slapped Nigeria with his own strength. So it makes me feel somehow. Assuming that policeman is not on uniform, then you can think, yes, that somebody he suspected.
Hello?
You understand? So that's that area of my confusion. You understand?
All right.
So I don't know. It makes me. I'm still trying to understand
it's okay.
that.
It's okay.
Then we it's just like that, because that's the highest class in the country. As we talk about it today. Two things that happen. Someone broke a record, a Guinness Book of Records. Then we're having another this kind of a thing. So two things that happen in this country. So then we let him somehow define on that area of slap, the way it really looks like. You understand? That's just what I want to see.
Thank you so much, Ibeto. TP, I just want you to hold on with this Seun Kuti's thing. Just hold on.
Yes. We are going to that one.
We're going there. Let's just take it one step at a time.
Yes.
Thank God you are a CP. We'll know.
Yes, I will.
All of the rights and wrongs.
I will analyze it.
Yeah. So let's get back to the phone lines now. 0700 903 903 903. You can still go to, talk to me via WhatsApp, 0700 903 9039, or a YouTube channel is there. We're streaming live at VOP 90.3 FM. Okay, just go there and drop a comment for me. But for now, we're still here. I just want to see if I can take maybe one or two more calls, and then we move straight up to Seun Kuti's case. All right. 0700 903 903 903. Okay, let's go there. Let's go there quickly. A senior advocate of Nigeria and counsel to troubled music star Seun Kuti Adeyinka Olumide has expressed concern over the welfare of his clients over claims that the music star is being stabbed while in detention. I'll break. See, CP, I want us to break this down
Yes.
because people want to understand what it is, where the police is going wrong, or where they're going right, or that. Now, Kuti's lawyer in a statement slammed the investigation, conducted by Benjamin Hundeyin, the Lagos State Police public relations officer, regarding the incident. Now, Olumide, in the same statement, disclosed that not only did the police refuse to provide his client with food, but his wife was denied access to him as well, causing the music star to starve. Let's start from there, CP.
Well, I don't think that information is correct. They are just being sensational and unnecessarily sentimental.
Why do you have to say so?
I have to say this.
Why do you have to say that? Because this. Okay. Let me hear.
I have to say this. The man just want to blow the thing out of proportion to see if he can win some sympathy for the suspect. The offense has been committed and it is a very straightforward offense. The evidence is glaring. It was captured via video. And it is just left for them to conclude the investigation. And I don't expect the case to take too long to be charged to court so that the court will now determine whether it is very, very appropriate to slap the federal government, because that word slap is not on the policeman. It is on that uniform. It is desecration of the uniform. It's a symbol of authority of the federal government. Forget the person wearing it. So I don't foresee a situation, hold on,
okay,
where either the man will be denied access to the wife. Police, it has never been their tradition to starve suspects of food.
Are you sure?
I was in the system. They don't starve anybody. It is not possible. Even the correctional services don't starve. The family is free.
CP, they don't starve.
They don't. They don't.
Okay.
The family is free. They will have access, unfettered access to both the lawyer and the family members. And, because of the quality of the food served inmates is very poor. He can't even eat that because of the cheapness of the food prices. They are encouraged to bring food from
low quality food.
Yes, low quality food. They are encouraged to bring food from their houses. But there's a proviso that food you're serving that suspect, you must taste it. So that if it is poison, the thing will affect you also. Before that, your loved one, whether husband or wife or son, will be given the food to eat. So for somebody to tell us they starved him is not true. That is one. And for somebody to say he was denied access to, they are looking for a loophole they will use in court so that the court will now have sympathy for a clear case of serious assault. Mm-hmm. That's a game plan, or that's a game the lawyer is trying to play now. And finally, the police have their rules. Even the correctional services. There is a visiting hour to see suspects. Maybe the counsel with his relations will come by 10 p.m. or 11 and say they want to have family meeting with him. No police station will grant you that privilege. You cannot see such suspects. They have a limited time. Maybe they could tell you by 7 or 8 p.m. he must have had his dinner, and that's the end. Come the next day. If he falls sick, there is police hospital, there is general hospital, there is teaching hospital. Police will arrange with their ambulance and take him there and treat him and bring him back. So you can't come and tell us that he was denied access to the wife. It's not true. He was denied food. It's not true. Go and verify. Go and check.
But I hate visiting the police station.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking about me.
Yes.
Because the way, when you get there, a whole lot of things you see. For instance, the issue of having to keep you behind bars and make sure you don't see your relative.
No, it's not true. They don't. That's not true.
They do that.
Mm-mm. Let me tell you where they do that. if the suspect has committed a crime, heinous crime that you classify as capital offense related crime. For instance, you're involved in terrorism, involved in kidnapping, involved in armed robbery. You see the magnitude of the crime? You are kept in custody in such a, because they know that the sentencing, when it is handed out or handed down, cannot be anything less than 21 years imprisonment. They have a right to deny some persons from accessing such dangerous suspects. Reason being that, one, he may use the opportunity to tell his cohorts, pass message to his cohorts, to go and remove arms and ammunition or other dangerous weapon in a certain location, because that is the likely place the police is targeting to go and raid. That is one. Then two, he may use the opportunity to pass the message to his cohorts to be on their, let them run 440 if it is possible to escape to Cotonou, so that there won't be any connection. It will be very, very difficult for the state to prove their case against him. So those are the reasons why sometimes they hardly access, before they, it's not that they deny them completely. Okay. Before they will access them, they'll be sure, very, very sure of who the person is. They don't deny them access to their lawyers anyway. But the police, good number of times, will insist on being there to listen to the conversation that will, spoil such cases. Because the essence of doing thorough investigation and diligent prosecution is for the state to have a win in such cases and then go ahead and get such persons out of the society and get them incarcerated, so that it will serve as deterrent to either other members of the group or others who will even intend to join such levels of criminality. Maybe taking it that when you join it, you'll be celebrated and you end up a very successful story in the society. That is why in capital-related offenses, they don't joke with it.
But is this one a capital offense?
No, this is not a capital offense. And that is why they are not treating him that way. I stand to be contradicted. Go and do your private investigation. You find out that they are telling us lies. They are just being unnecessarily sentimental. Let me tell you one thing. Okay. Lawyers, well, I don't have any apologies for that. They will not have any reason to want their clients to lose cases, no matter how bad it is. So they will always, it's part of the trade, it's a tool of the trade. They will always want to fashion out spanners they will throw on the wheel of the prosecuting counsels, so that the courts will be in sympathy with them and at liberty to say that the prosecuting counsels have no case. But in this one, the evidence is already conclusive. It is video documented. So what are we saying? We are only waiting for the finishing line. For them, they are even wasting time. I'm sure they want to tidy all the papers so that the defense counsel or the suspect's counsel, accused counsel, will not see loopholes or lacuna to throw the case overboard, because they've seen that everybody is interested in the case, both at home and abroad, both Nigerians and non-Nigerians.
But then, I also want to believe the story from the beginning.
Very, very well.
There was a time where we got a report that Seun Kuti apologized to that policeman and in fact gave that guy 12,000 naira
to repair the vehicle,
to fix the vehicle. Yeah, and
that does not mean that an offense had not been committed. Whether you settle low or you did not settle low did not abdicate you from the responsibility
Who
of
is-
having committed that criminal offense.
Who is coming up with these now? Is it that same cop or
No,
the
no, no.
Nigerian
The
police?
the thing is beyond the cop. The cop is now a prosecuting witness. It is the state, the federal government of Nigeria versus the man. And who will represent the federal government of Nigeria is the Inspector General of Police, or on his behalf, the Commissioner of Police. That's what you see in the court. COP, Commissioner of Police versus the accused person. So if you say you are not going to prosecute him, that means you are compounding felony. Therefore, you need to leave the law to take its course and get to the end of the road.
Are you saying this because you are, a policeman?
That is not the issue. A wrong has been done. A wrong has been done. And we need to correct certain ills in the society so that we can send messages.
That the way policemen look at issues is
Yes.
quite different from, what it is exactly.
No. They follow the law. They are law enforcers now. They enforce the law. So, I mean, there is no sentimentality on this. You don't bring in sentiments. Emotions should not even come in. A crime has been committed, and it is a serious assault. That's it. And it is documented, video covered.
Okay, CP, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
About a crime
Yes.
committed against members of the public, like
Yes.
the Nigerian police. All of these things that the Nigerian police have been doing against some persons, legally or illegally, and they go away with it. What happens?
They
What has been happening?
they don't go away with it. The ones that are caught don't go away with it. That's why you see a lot of them dismissed. Some of them are even dismissed and prosecuted before the court of law. But Nigerians being what they are, they won't get those, they won't bring out those ones for public to see. But we are seeing them. Some are even reduced in rank. They face only room trial, they are disgraced publicly. Suddenly you see somebody wearing either 1 star or 2 stars, they remove it and give him inspector. What is so humiliating? What can be more humiliating than that one? It has been happening. Yes. That's why when they catch them, they face disciplinary procedures. If it's a senior officer, they issue you query. If you are an officer below assistant superintendent of police, you can face only room trial from inspectors down to the least constable.
Or CPO,
Yes.
the person who has been offended
Yes.
is not has been. I mean, how do I put this? He's not taking these the way the Nigerian police force is taking it. I mean,
The thing is beyond
he
him.
accepted the apology.
Which
This is between two men.
Yes.
I want us to look at it naturally, like ordinarily.
You have slapped the federal government. That uniform is not that man's uniform, for goodness sake. It is a symbol of authority. It is government that you slapped, not the man. So the man has absolutely no control. It's like, let me give you one instance now. Let me paint one scenario.
Okay.
I have a car. You take leverage of the fact that we have known ourselves. You go and collect key of my vehicle and drive away with it without my consent. It constitutes offense of stealing because I didn't give you consent. And you didn't communicate to me that you took the car away. Maybe you decided to drive it to Shagamu. And unfortunately for you, by Beja, police encounters you. And meanwhile, I've looked for my car. I've not seen it. I go to police station and report that my car has been stolen. For the fact that you know me and they bring you and bring the car, then I'll tell them to forgive you. That means I'm compounding felony. They need to investigate circumstances under which that vehicle left. And then they will ask you, did you get my consent before you took the vehicle? What was your mens rea, actus reus? What is your intention for removing that vehicle? The intention is possibly you are taking it to where you will sell the vehicle. You have stolen. So for the fact that we are friends or brothers does not vitiate the fact that you have committed an offense. So tomorrow, if they decide to arraign you, I can't stop them. I'll only come there to give evidence of what has happened.
Now, what about the 12,000 naira given by Seun Kuti to that cop?
It is meant to repair vehicle. It is meant to repair vehicle. That's a traffic offense. Traffic offense is different from criminal offense. So what you have paid is not a recompense.
We learned that the officer, reported the incident at the Area F Police Command in Ikeja and deposited the 12,000 naira at the counter while he gave a written statement concerning the incident.
Exactly. That one is different from criminal offense. That one is a traffic offense. Seun, because of his level
I mean, what I want to know is,
because of his level of education, possibly, and exposure, he didn't know the difference between traffic offense and criminal offense. Traffic offense means you have rammed into me or I have rammed into you. We try to settle it. If we cannot, police comes in, he will charge the wrong person to court. Now, if we have to resolve it, we'll check the cost of the damage to the vehicle. So if I am the cause, I'll count the amount and give you, which he has done. That is all right. But there is no nexus between that and you inflicting violence on the man. Even if he's not a policeman, maybe that one would have been lesser offense. It won't be serious assault. It will only be assault. And if you wound him, it becomes assault occasioning harm. But this one, you saw somebody in police vehicle wearing police uniform. And people were trying to restrain you. Don't do this thing, no. The danger is enormous for you to do this. Treat this thing as a traffic offense. He went beyond bound. Maybe that nothing will happen. And went and slapped the man. And if there is no video cover, he could have gone away with it. Unfortunately for him, with the trend of the social media, it was captured live and posted. So which defense would a lawyer come to court to give? That's why everybody at home and in diaspora are interested to watch the outcome of the case. I'm even expecting that by today the thing would have been in court if it has not entered the court. Because what else are you waiting to prove? It's a straightforward case that in 24 max, 48 hours, you are in court. Because police should realize if they keep him beyond 48 hours, enforcement of fundamental human rights will come up. The lawyers will go to court to enforce. You will now have option of either granting him bail because it's a bailable offense, or you charge him to court. So it's left for police. I'm not the one that will advise them what to do. It's a bailable offense. So if
it's a bailable offense.
Of course it is.
So, but why are they not going towards that area?
Am I the one?
Why are they not? Are they doing this because it's Seun Kuti? They are doing this
because
they just want to protect.
No, they are still covered under the law. It has not reached 48 hours. After that, they have two choices. One, to grant him bail, and then tell him to be reporting to police for them to conclude their investigation. Or two, charge him to court if they have concluded their investigation. Because to do a case file, it's not very easy the way people think about it. Because the lawyers will be looking for loopholes in the court to throw away that case. So we have a place they call diary of action. You have to update all those things. Be sure you are detailed from the front cover of the case file all through the pages. If there are exhibits, you have to get them and attach. That video coverage, you have to get it too, because they will require it in the court. You take statement of the policeman, take statement of Seun. If there are other witnesses who were there, you need to get all their statements. In writing, not verbal. They'll come and tell you what they witnessed. And you have to be exact at the time it happened, where the spot it happened, what was the cause of it. So you don't expect police to just carry like that and go to court, or carry like that and say they've granted you bail. That's why it takes that 24, max 48. Then you can grant bail or you take to court. So they are within the time, allowed by the law.
But what does the law say if he's guilty of this, for instance?
Obviously, if the court finds him guilty, they will sentence him to prison. And the number of years will not be the number of years you sentence for assault. This is a serious assault. I think it's heavier than assault. So it's left for the court to determine.
Let's ask Nigerians what they think about this right now. I think I want to hear from people. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Let's hear from you. Just call 0700 903 903 903. Very simple. 0700, that is 0700, 0700 903 903 903. Okay? I've got several messages already, but then I still want to take more. Yeah, please kindly send in your messages, okay? Send in your message and let's just read it in real time. Let's read it out in real time. Please keep your comments very, very civil. Okay? Let's start. Yeah. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name?
I'm Jennifer.
All right.
Calling from Montreal.
Okay.
What Seun Kuti's son did was very, very bad. Very bad. By raising his hands in office.
All right. Thank you. So what he did was very, very bad. Okay. Ima from Lagos is saying, I want to ask if it is wrong to slap a uniformed man. Is it right for a uniformed policeman to slap an innocent citizen?
It's wrong. The policeman does not have right to slap an innocent citizen. The best you can do is to arrest him and take him to the station. And then if there are charges, you raise the charges against him for him to defend himself. And everything too will have witnesses on both sides. It's only the evidence adduced by the witnesses that the judge or the magistrate will look at and use it in convicting the person or discharging and acquitting the person concerned.
Okay. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon. Do well to call back if you can. Let's see if we can also do these now. Good afternoon, please. I'm glad your guest related his experience when the establishment fought him. The Oyo State experience he cited, yeah? Okay. I'd want to ask if it is not possible to rise up against this established corruption. It's been perpetrated by a very small proportion and all citizens are paying dearly for it. But we cannot continue like this. Almost all our institutions are not working. So please, is there a way out? We cannot be saying except God. Please, it sounds, defeatist. Very informative program. Thank you, sir. Simisola is solo. Thank you so very much. You want to say something about this?
You see, corruption is monstrous. It's not easy to dismantle it because they have the war chests or the resources. So they are in a position they are the ones that will appoint people in sensitive positions. So they are in position to block all attempts to dislodge them. That's why I say it will only take the grace of God for us to get there.
All right, let's talk to you. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. CP. Good afternoon, Ekenem.
Good afternoon
to you.
My name is Chucks, calling from the UK. I'm calling from UK. Yeah, CP, thank you for the explanation. Yeah. There's one thing I want to ask, because where I'm living right now, there's case that is a offense and a personal offense. Like what you explained, if I took your car in this country, I can decide to forgive you after the investigation and say, I don't want prosecution because, of course, he didn't seek for my permission. But for example, now, as I can see some murder area whereby the police ask the family to go and beg the other family for forgiveness, and that is it. And they bury the corpse for them. In this country, once it involves state crime, you have no any kind of commitment to say you're forgiving the person because come to think about it, life is, the duty of government is to protect you. So if anybody kills you, it is government case. There's no this thing here. But, the way you explained it, in the case of Nigeria, Nigeria can say, no, we can't forgive you for taking somebody's car. But, we've seen incidents where the police ask, families to go and settle outside whereby somebody is lost, including the police killing somebody, and you ask the police to go and, settle with the family. I want you to explain that to us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. He will do just that. Thank you. All right.
Yes. What he has said is very, very correct. Sometimes I call that compounding felony. No other word that is short of that. And you see, the police too find themselves in very tight corner in such situations. You cannot cry more than the bereaved. It's in as much as it is the state versus the accused person. That's why they say federal government versus, or IG versus, or Commissioner of Police versus. It is a state matter. But you see them, they bring in a lot of emotions, a lot of sentiments. They will tell you they are respecting the cultural milieu because, let the sleeping dog lie. You cannot cry more than the bereaved. The corpse is our own corpse. We have decided that we are not going ahead. You find yourself in a quagmire, in a very tight corner. You cannot force them to come and give evidence. They'll tell you, give us permit to go and bury the dead. And we have put it behind us. So that's why I said you cannot cry more than the bereaved. Are you the one that will go and begin to prosecute a case where you don't have a witness? Who are the witnesses? Is that family? So they have decided on their own to go behind and settle. It's not the police that tells them to go and settle. They are the ones that will settle and come to police and say, yes, we know there has been a wrong, but please, and please, let us treat it as an accidental death.
Okay.
That it was not deliberate. We are one big family. We don't want this thing to linger because of the relationship over time and over years, and let it not affect our generations to come. You know, those emotions and sentiments coming up. What do? Even the hands of the judge is tied in situations like this.
Okay. Let's see if we can. Let's take more calls now. But then,
go ahead.
Somebody's saying here, say, good afternoon. I am not sure the CP is right about what he said, that police doesn't harass relatives in their cells. It's better someone is mentally derailed than in correctional centers anyway. That's what he's saying. Is that when you get to, the fact that you said that the police does not harass relatives, relatives that come to say hello to, their brother or sister.
No, let me tell you where he's getting it wrong. You see, sometimes, because of security situations and scenario, police try to control the number of persons that troop into their station, especially after the EndSARS incidents. So that's why they secure the place, lock the entrance and exit of the place, and regulate the number of persons that come in. So you can't be coming and carry your whole village to come and visit one suspect. If other suspects begin to bring their own whole villages, that means they will overrun the police station. So that's why you see the station guard will tell you, who is in particular going to see this person? You say it's the wife. They say, okay, you come in. Who is the other person? Lawyer, come in. Then the other ones will be saying, we are his boys, we are the please wait outside. Let these two. Madam, Shebina food you bring. Lawyer, you've come to take more, discussion. You are coming to have some discussion so that you can get some more facts you're using for the case. Come in. Is there anything wrong in that? Every system or every organization have their own rules and regulations. But because the public will want to take undue advantage and do very funny things, the system will say no to that. Because some of the people pretending to come to visit the man have other motive. Some of them could be criminally minded set of miscreants and hoodlums who want to use that opportunity to overrun the station and do something else they want to do. So these are reasons they checkmate the persons coming into the station.
Okay, someone is asking a very vital question. He said, is the police bigger than a Nigerian citizen?
No.
If this Seun case was the other way, nothing would happen. That's what he's saying. If this Seun's case was the other way, that nothing would happen.
No, it's not correct. Has he not been seen? He's not been honest.
He said he's a living witness of police brutality.
No, hold on. They, like the one they captured Seun, that is why the thing is the way it's going. They captured him, slapped a policeman via video coverage,
okay,
which went viral. If a policeman slaps somebody and is captured and it goes viral, you see the way they dismiss some of them or reduce them in rank. Once they have been able to pinpoint where it happened and the policemen that are involved, they take them to Abuja, detain them, default them, and try them in orderly room. They face disciplinary procedure. And at the end of the day, depending on the gravity, they either reduce them in rank or dismiss them. We have been seeing situations like that. Like if it is in the course of corruption, collecting money, that is extortion, and in addition beating, they will not only reduce in rank, they will dismiss. Then if it is only that you were brutal, intimidating, and harassing, they may strip you of your rank and reduce you to the lower subordinate rank.
Okay, let's get back to the phone lines now. Let's get your reactions quickly. Check your time is 2:27 p.m. You can call 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call, 0700 903 903 903. Now, this person is saying the court should give good judgment. Okay, that's about the other one. Give us back our mandate. INEC and the government stole our mandate and we need our mandate back. We voted for Peter Obi. Well, it's okay. Nigeria is still far from the truth, but God will surely come to our aid one day. This is now simple common sense. It's simple common sense, not constitution. A thief stole an item and we are investigating him. He is about to present the item for ratification and you want to ratify it for him. I'm trying to understand why you said that anyway. But then, let's get back to the phone lines. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Kamil.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. You said that they slapped the policeman, but they slapped against the federal government. Here on the video, you know how this IG opposition reacted over this thing. Immediately they saw the video, they reacted. But there are a lot of videos that fly during presidential and governorship elections, especially in Imo State, where the went around with the police personnel and the military men. Some polling units and other polling units carrying ballot boxes inside. It was the police and the military that were carrying inside the vehicle and driving away. Such things happen in Imo State several times. Even during governance, even the supplementary election, it happened again. They went to the police carrying all these things. And I believe the video was flying everywhere. And I believe the idea of this for defense. Give us the federal government. The policeman carry that amount of suicide vehicle. But this supposed to do something to report what I was executed. It's the idea of police.
Hello?
That's what I want to ask you. Hello?
Your network, seriously. Sorry about that. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judy. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, sir, I really enjoy I'm enjoying your discussion, and my name is Shema. By the way, my name is Shema. I'm calling from Ekoti.
Thank you.
Your son. So I really want to comment on this Seun Kuti case. It's not as if I like what he did, but if I tell you, if I let you know that 3 days ago, are you hearing me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it because Seun is not a spouse, or rather, is not a member of these people that are called Agro in Lagos? 3 days ago, in my presence, I'm a transporter. In my presence, are you hearing me? Agro, in my presence, Agro told ASP, Assistant Superintendent of Police, on uniform, that you are crazy. You are crazy in my presence. And I was like, and some time ago, another man also in my presence told another man that told the police officer that it's like this uniform they are wearing, you don't like it. And if you do anything, I will remove it from you. So many times you have seen these people harassing police officers, and nothing has been done about it. If someone could were to be a member of Agri, nothing would have done. No, then nobody would have said anything about it. I know what I'm saying, and this thing is happening in my presence. It's because we are ordinary persons. That's why it's not as if I'm supporting. It's not as if I like what he did. No, I don't like it, but I would like a situation whereby everybody should be treated equally. Things are happening in this nation. That's what I want to contribute. I really like what you're saying about it, but the way that those court are doing it, I'm a transport. I know what I'm going through. I know what I'm seeing. I know what I'm going through in their hands.
Thank you so much for calling. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. And I want to say, sir, sorry to take the time. I want to comment on the issue of our military. They say their duty is to defend the nation from outside attack or whatever, and also within the attack within the nation. That's what he said. If I'm not making mistakes, sir. But with what is happening in Nasarawa, what is happening in Benue State, in other parts of this nation, why is it that our military has not been able to capture those people, those Fulani herdsmen? Why is it that we have not been able to arrest them? Why? Why are they using them against us, against we, the citizens of this nation? Why are they using them against us? Why? Why will a Fulani herdsmen put on a military man and stop killing people, killing innocent citizens?
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's just take it one after the other. You've asked several questions now. CP, you want to answer some of his questions?
Well, the bit I picked concerning the insults that are being railed out on police officers on duty, those ones are neither here nor there because, number one, you need witnesses to give evidence. And secondly, what has he done? He ought to have captured it and make it viral so that we'll see the faces of the people that committed the offense. And I mean, to an extent, anybody can come and abuse you, whether you're in uniform or you're not. The highest you can do is to charge that person for conduct likely to breach public peace. But that means you have to have witnesses who will confirm that they saw him raining those abuses on you. So how do you get that? So he has also failed on his own beat. He could have covered it with his camera or urge somebody to do the coverage and send it viral so that we can trace that Agbero and treat him accordingly for his conduct, because that conduct is sufficient to breach public peace. And at the same time, it's a threat to the life of that policeman. You understand what I'm saying? Did they do all those things? So let him not. It's unfortunate that Seun Kuti's zone was caught and it went viral. So it cannot be compounded. So I'm using this opportunity to urge them, if they see such touts doing those things, let them use camera and capture it and put it viral and see what will happen.
Okay. 0700 903 903 903. Okay. Let's go here. Good afternoon.
Judah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
CP, God bless you.
Bless you too.
I like the way you are enlightening us so that the thing that we don't know, you are letting us to know so that you cannot fall into victim or maybe misbehaving along the line. There's one question I want to ask because I've been seeing all these things several years and nobody is putting mouth, nobody is talking about it or whatever. If you are traveling now from this Lagos to East, you see so many false people. You see all of them, state by state, group by group. Just from here, it's not up to you. That's just like that. Even if I showed them the receipt, like on February, I was taking one motor like that to the east. Then along the line, the customers showed me, customs. They heard me and I showed them every paper because that was a Tokumbo motor. I showed them every thing, every document. They said that I don't need your documents, but what your money is 3,000. Then I'm now charging them. Then after everything, they say end up 2,000. Then I gave them 2,000. From here to here, see soldier. From here to here, see police. From here to here. Even the 90,000 naira that was with me, they made the way with all those things from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, just like that. So I want you people to help us and tell the authorities, so that they can stop all these things. Because I collected the damn contract. I didn't even buy, even the woman herself, even the woman that gave me the motor. I said, Mommy, he said that if anything, any level I should tell you. See, I'm telling you now, the money I'm spending is too much. There's nothing to, no money for me to buy anything for my children. No.
Okay.
He said, why? Because the woman was a lawyer.
All right.
The woman did not believe me. I said, what do I do? He said that if you kept sure. I don't want to hear that. Even my second said that was with me. When you're trying to bring out the post, one person was it a
Hello, thank you.
Asking for solution. How would they stop all these things so that you can be free in that place?
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you too. Let's talk to you. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and your
location? I'm calling you from.
All right.
This issue of Seun Kuti, I'm a very big fan of the guy.
Okay.
I am very disappointed in what it is. But I think he's born out of or whatever. Let me not talk much on him. I have been listening to this program, and why I called him my own experience with Nigerian police. See, hello, are you?
Yes, I can hear you.
I have a personal experience, and it's a very bitter one. This issue of Nigerian police trying to paint our police as if irregularities are not happening or as if they are in the best place to see. We can't trust the police, and there are things you would have gone through that will make you behave when you see them. I'm a Uber driver, and I every time I get to see them on the road, I just feel as if the only difference is just that they will not point a gun and ask me for my phone or my possession. That's the only difference between them and the other people. Let me tell you of this experience. I traveled to Ilorin, and then I parked my car somewhere around Unity. So I wanted to buy shawarma. I crossed the road. I was on the side of the road. A police van just parked beside me. Two men came out. They brought out guns and told me to enter the car that I was the cop guy. All my ID card, my driver's license, everything was inside the car. I only had 700 naira on it. The car key was with me. I had secured the car key and the money. That's all I had. They took me to A division in Illinois. I got there, and the next thing, they told us to be bailing ourselves. I told them, one, I'm not going to bail myself for a crime I didn't commit. This happened around 7 p.m. in the night. I did not commit a crime. I did not do anything. We were about 9 or 10. They just brought us in, forced us to sit on the ground, bed floor. They removed our belts. They removed our belts, collected our phones and everything, and told us to be bailing ourselves for 10,000 naira. Because, and even a person that, unless we had ATM that we were going to use POS, inside the station there was nothing that is going to be done. There's no way you can call anybody. There's no way you can do anything or say, hey, I have a lawyer or this or that. There was a guy who was claiming he's not going to talk or do anything until this is where they were telling us right there that they were not interested in taking our statement or anything. That we are caught, guys, we are caught in the act. And do you know, they were telling us if we did not pay ourselves before morning, that we were going to be charged to court for that. I was there hoping they were going to get sense or somebody that is going to be sane will come to the station. And when it was about, I think it was about 11 p.m., one guy told me that he had heard my story. Because I was telling them, I parked my car, let's go to my car. I was identifying myself. They kept saying, no, I was coming from a court meeting or something like that. Right. A court initiation.
Thank you.
You get my point. My point is, let me wrap it up. My point is, eventually, I had to bail myself. I had to beg them. And in the long run, they took the 700 naira for me, drove me back to my car, and then took extra money. It's what they left. Telling me they understand I look like someone. So, how do you regulate? You're saying we should get, how do I get that on camera? How do I get this? How do I get things need to be in place?
All right,
that is in A division.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call.
No problem.
Yeah.
Well, my brief comment on that is that in every 12, there's a Judas. Those ones are the Judases in the police. And in as much as they were not caught under camera, every day is for the thief. One day is the day of the owner of the house. So they have done that. What they have done is totally criminal and unprofessional. They have escaped with that one. With this information passed now, before you know it, some people will set trap for them and they will meet their Waterloo. That's just all I have to say on that.
Okay. Let's see if we can get to read some messages here quickly. This person is saying, what are you saying? Okay, there is a saying that there is no action without reaction. The police might have instigated an action that led to Seun Kuti slapping the police. The action of police is what led to end SARS, and even after the end SARS, as the police resolved all the issues that led to end SARS, their training, psychology, welfare, and so on. Well, let me leave it there. Can I read this? Okay, let's leave it there. Let's take more calls now, more reactions. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Say, good afternoon, sir. This is Samson from Italy, sir.
Samson, good to see you. Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Say, concerning the police issue in Nigeria, if Yoruba they say something that if a country doesn't have law, the law that you have in Nigeria doesn't work. If the law we have in Nigeria is working, they're supposed to not, the step that they take to arrest Seun Kuti is maybe it's wrong, but I couldn't hear the story. But what I hear is wrong. Look at the lawyer that the case that was around December.
Okay.
Up to now, the case couldn't hear about the case anymore. But now it fall in police side now. Throughout the whole Nigeria, the whole world, they are aware that they should do something in slap police. Doesn't go like that. If the law, this our constitution is stands. Like the country that I am now, their law, nobody can tamper their law. Even though they are politicians, nobody. But the constitution that we are using in Nigeria is good for some people, doesn't good for some people. The case at the courts now, if it goes in another way, it's become favor some people, it's not favor some people. And Nigeria is crying. Nigeria is crying. We just need
Hello.
True justice from cops. That's my own contribution, sir.
Thank you so very much. Well, information reaching me here says that the Lagos State Police Command has arraigned Seun Kuti before a magistrate court sitting in Yaba. You know, CP, you mentioned that earlier. Yeah. He has been arraigned already. The defendant was charged. Kuti was charged with assault on a police officer, an offense contrary to Section 356 of the Nigerian Criminal Code Act. Well, let's see how that unfolds. However, the counsel, led by Femi Falana, SAN, begged the court to not remand his client, stating that he was not aware of the remand application. All right. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let me see if I can read this message quickly. This person is saying also, okay. They say, how and what is the police force doing about their men who smoke, drink, and do all sorts in the public while on the same uniform? In Arena, Bolade Oshodi, you will see various security agents taking drugs, smoking, and drinking alcohol just close to the train track at Bolade Oshodi. What is the police doing about their men who smoke, drink, and do all sorts in Bolade Oshodi Arena Market? They do all these while on the same uniform. CP, is a question.
It's unprofessional, and it is very wrong. It's unacceptable. While on duty, you're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to smoke, especially in uniform. So if such things have been happening, it means it has not come to the attention of the appropriate authority. So it behoves on the people who are making those comments to channel this information to the Office of the Commissioner of Police. And then if the police fails to act, then they will know that there is that laxity on the part of the High Command. Otherwise, the police have avenues to treat or deal with such, recalcitrant personnel. They have what we call the X Squad. They have the Commissioner of Police Monitoring Unit. Okay. And they also have the Provost Marshal. It is their duty to seek out such erring police personnel and deal with them accordingly.
Let's talk to this person. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Judy.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, our gentle guests and gentlemen in the studio.
Good afternoon to you.
This is Mr. Desmond calling from Oshodi.
Good to hear from you, Mr. Desmond.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You see, your guest has said it all. But my problem with it, because there is no day in Lagos State along the road, Ibadan Express, that the police people don't assault the citizenry who doesn't have ordinary stick at their hands. Only because the man asks a question, the policeman will slap the driver, the passengers. The IG never ordered on air to take them to the station and executed. Because this time around is on a celebrity that it will fall into. You now see they have eyes on how to protect, but never protect the common man. Come to Oshodi here at the Bolade Main Road. The level of assault that the police people, so-called task force, on with police are insulting drivers. You will ask yourself what is going on. Come to Brown's Junction. Come to Tamina along that road. The insult is too much from the police to the citizenry. And nothing is happening. Because he is a celebrity, the IG now said they should bring him down to the station. And it is uncalled for. Let's do this law for the rich and for the common man, not only for the rich alone. The police are insulting the citizenry very, very much in this Nigeria. Ordinary invitation from Lagos State for police, you go to report, they arrest you. They will give you handcuff for doing nothing. For reporting yourself, they will say handcuff you. The assault is becoming too much for Nigerian police. Let's look into it and give us rights too. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much for talking to us. Our time is fast spent now, 2:49. Check your time, 2:49. We really have to go now. CP, I think you should wrap up with the last caller's comment.
Well, it appears the last caller didn't listen to the last comments I made. This Boladeo should he has been using as his reference point. How would the police high command in Ikeja have their eyes and tentacles all over all those places? Did he inform the appropriate authority and they didn't act on it? The office of the Commissioner of Police is open to the public or even the police public relations officer. They should go there and draw his attention to those things. They can only react negatively if after reporting, the police ends up not doing anything. And I believe and strongly too that once such complaints go to the police, I'm not standing here to defend any police. So my own is to speak the truth the way it is because I owe nobody any dime.
Okay.
I am neither a politician nor a policeman. I'm just talking from experience. So if they
You're a senior policeman.
Yeah, well, I am
a retired
commissioner of police. So what I'm saying in essence is that there's no way he will report. He will not get reactions. The police will surely deploy the people from X squad who will be in Mufti or the people in Commissioner's Monitoring Unit who obviously will be in Mufti, or they could also send in the provost marshal to go and seek out these erring policemen and make them come and face the full wrath of the law for their wrongdoings. So until they do that, the state command headquarters in Ikeja GRA may not even be in the picture of all those complaints we are hearing now.
Okay. All right. I think we have to go now, but can I just touch on these two messages just came in. I said, just wondering if this is what Fela's son is teaching to our young generation. Is music supposed to be what to us? Well, I don't know. Good day, CP. Is it right for the Nigerian police to send a victim of police? Always tell the victim to go and settle with the officer involved. I'm trying to understand that, but it's all right. We have to go now. Thank you so very much for talking to us. CP, thank you, and thank you again. We have to go now.
Thank you.
Friends call me Sweet MC, but my name is Jude. It can be Jude. It's time to go. Check your time. We really have to go now. But I'll be here tomorrow by the special grace of God, and we talk more. For all those who called in, all those who sent in their messages, I want to appreciate you so very much. Keep the conversation going on YouTube. Let's have a robust one together, and together we'll make our country great. I'll see you again tomorrow. Good afternoon.